Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. In this video, I'm sharing with you numerology forecast for October 2024, but we're going to be recapping over a number of things. The energy for 2024 is an 8. How do we know this? By adding together and reducing down all the digits of the current year. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. So 8 is reward and recognition. Has it been panning out for you, for me, or for the world as a whole? The 8 suggests we reap what we sow. So we must be mindful of what we sow. And it isn't just what we sow, it's how we nurture and work with it. If we sow poorly, we're going to reap poorly. And if we sow well, nurture, etc., we're going to reap well. 8 is also the number of leadership. It's the energy of the CEO, a leader of many and a great visionary. Now, there's been one man over the years in the music industry that created his success on visions. That one man is Sean Combs. And there's a high chance he was working for the wrong side and sold out to the devil. He created visions for upcoming people to follow. But there was a cost for these visions. And the chances are they too signed this contract with the devil. Now, it wasn't just about music. They excelled, whether it was in fashion, whether it was in alcohol, perfume, moved to acting, and then we see them endorsing politicians and the likes. This is more than celebrity success. And when we look at it through the eyes of the 8 vibration, it has been about control, manipulation, and racketeering. Actually, it's been more than that. It's been about drugs, sex, non-consensual, younger still. Men, women, boys, girls, babies, animals, live, unalive. It has been a misuse of power. And you know, my tag for 2024 was who has the power? For far too long, the power has been in the wrong hands. Not just with Diddy. There was Weinstein, R. Kelly, Epstein. Where are they all now? In jail? Jailbird's Twitter. What has come out to bring Diddy to the forefront? And the chances are it's not going to stop there. How could he have got away with this for so long? There must be people in other areas that have turned a blind eye or helped him get through this. Over the last month, where the 8 was a double whammy energy, not only was he arrested, but we have seen endless celebrities cancel their social media accounts, delete old stories, but old videos have been surfacing. People are finding courage to speak out. Many names are on that list, high-ranking ones. And for them to get as far as they have, think about what fields they may have been in. Law enforcement, legal, governors, senates, presidents even, perhaps. Who knows? It's being drip-fed on a fast tap now. Now, why is it coming to light now? 8 is who has the power. But if we can go back 8 years and look at where things started to change, we will arrive with Trump. Now, many moons back, I wasn't a Trump fan, and am I a Trump fan now? I don't know. But I have watched over the years what has been going on. And we've had to come away from mainstream narrative, because who owns the media? Trump ran for presidency in 2016. 2016 adds to a 9. An ending was about to take place. Trump won. No one expected him to. 2017, which is a 10-1 energy, Trump was sworn in. January was a 1 energy, because 2017, if we add it together, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 7 is 10, 1 plus 0 is 1, 1 of January is 2. Trump made what I believe to be one of the most memorable speeches of all times. Yes, I know we all love I Have a Dream by Martin Luther King, but this speech really was a speech for the people. And I'm going to share the speech here in places. I've copied the whole speech. Please do pause this or go and look it up online, because there is so much in this speech that has you believe that things can change. So I'm going to pop them up, pause it wherever you need it. I'm going to chat over it, but I want to share this with you because I'm going to go through some numerology on this. I said it was a 2 energy. 2 energy is about partnership, cooperation, this relationships. And in the beginning it says, together we will determine the course of America and the world for many, many years to come. This wasn't just about America. This really was about the whole world. Today's ceremony, however, has very special meaning, because today we are not merely transferring power from one administration to another or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C. and giving it back to you, the people. Hallelujah. How many of us feel like the governments do not hear us? For too long, a small group in our nation's capital has reaped the rewards of government, while the people have borne the cost. Again, not just America. This is worldwide. What truly matters is not which party controls our government, but whether our government is controlled by the people. What do we hear? I said at the beginning of this year, this was going to be known as the year of elections. 50 plus countries run a general election, and all we get is the two parties bickering against one another and very little put in place for the people. And even if they put something in, we only have to look at our own Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, who's backtracked already, especially regarding the pensioners. You came by the tens of millions to become part of a historic movement, the likes of which the world has never seen before. A couple of videos back, I said we are at the age of Aquarius, the dawn of time. Things are about to change. At the centre of this movement is a crucial conviction that a nation exists to serve its citizens. For far too long, they've not served the citizens in any country. Mothers and children trapped in poverty in our inner cities, rusted out factories scattered like tombstones across the landscapes of our nation, an education system flush with cash, but which leaves our young and beautiful students deprived of all knowledge, and the crime and the gangs and the drugs that have stolen too many lives and robbed our country of so much unrealised potential. The education system is an indoctrination system. Go back and look at how it was set up and who funded it. Children start off with imagination and greatness and wonder, and it's suppressed. The creatives are knocked out for the academic or the spoon feeding. And when you get to university, you have to have your dissertation passed, and if it's not what they want you to talk about, you can't write it. On that day, Trump said, "The oath of office I take today is an oath of allegiance to all Americans." He swore an allegiance to his own country because previous governments haven't considered the patriots. But that is the past, and now we are looking only to the future. We assembled here today are issuing a new decree to be heard in every city, in every foreign capital, and in every hall of power. People watched from across the world that inauguration. And if we don't stand up for our country. Just like when I say, it's your life. Spell LYFE. Love yourself first every day. This is a key foundation point. By loving yourself, you will do things that are loving to you. You will create relationships that are loving to you. You will treat people how you want to be treated, because people treat you how you treat yourself. So country to country or person to person, it starts with the self and it expands to unity once you've got the foundations in place. The most important thing I want to share from this speech is this statement. I will fight for you with every breath in my body, and I will never, ever let you down. When you become the CEO of you, you will not let yourself down. Now, what did Trump mean then? And you have to think back to the inauguration in 2021. Trump was not there. Trump did not stand down. He swore an oath to the American people and also the world, which is why we are waiting on what the outcome is going to be. Now, we're not just waiting, we are progressing in each of our own countries. But this is a big war that needs to be won by the good. He goes on to say, we will start winning again, winning like never before. We will bring back our jobs, we will bring back our borders, we will bring back our wealth, and we will bring back our dreams. The 8 is the visionary. He had a vision before he stepped up. And in that 1 year, he started sowing the seeds. When you open your heart to patriotism, there is no room for prejudice. The likes of most of us, we have no prejudice in us. We are not racist, sexist, or any of those things. They use the media to scaremonger and fearmonger us. We've lost our way because we trusted and believed the governments were there for us. But as Trump pointed out at the beginning of the speech, they were not. The Bible tells us how good and pleasant it is when God's people live together in unity. And most importantly, we will be protected by God. God or the Creator, whatever it is that you see as that word, let it go and realize that there is a greater source of energy, because everything is energy. I say that when I talk about Tesla, everything is energy. And you can vibrate in a high vibration energy or a low vibration energy. And for far too long, we have been suppressed in a low vibration. And I have said this year is who has the power. That's the worldwide energy, and it has affected us. Finally, we must think big and dream even bigger. The visionary of the 8. We understand that a nation is only living as long as it is striving. I've said many times over, the challenge is to switch from existing to living, surviving to thriving. We stand at the birth of a new millennium. I've said the millennium is the 2, it's the caregiver. It unites, it comes together, it's about partnerships. Ready to unlock the histories of space, to free the earth from the miseries of disease, and to harness the energies, industries and technologies of tomorrow. A new national pride will lift our sights and heal our divisions. There is so much out there waiting for us, but it has been suppressed and only the elites get to benefit from it. And whether a child is born in the urban sprawl of Detroit or the windswept plains of Nebraska, they look up at the same night sky. They fill their heart with the same dreams, and they are infused with the breath of life by the same almighty Creator. I don't live in Detroit or Nebraska, and chances are nor do you. But we do look up at that night sky. We do see the stars. And before where we are at right now, we followed the stars. They tell us what is going on, just like numerology tells us what is going on. They have shunned these practices because they don't want us to know the truth. He concludes by thanking everything. Trump came into office in 2017, a one energy. He sowed the seeds. 2018 adds to a two energy. It was time to nurture. He went out to countries to create relationships and have people work with him for a better world. I am not talking about the New World Order. He called out many and they stood down. You have to remember, he even walked in front of our own Queen. I'm looking for the word in my head, whatever it is when they stand down. I can't remember what it is. But anyway, he went to North Korea. No one else has done that before. There were no wars while he was in power. The three energy is about inspiration, and he inspired many. The industry was growing in America. The economy was booming. Things were changing. It didn't matter what color or creed you were. He created employment for you. When I say he, I'm on about the team. We hit 2000, it was a four energy. He had laid the foundations. Now, the past few presidents had been in power for two terms, 8 years. Trump was looking for another 4 years, so the foundations were laid and things were going to start to change in 2021. In his rallies, he promised so much. Christmas was coming. But what does 2021 hold for us? It's a five energy. Expect the unexpected. He didn't expect to lose. How could he? The votes were massive. Something happened. Five is about disruption, change. And so it changed. But you have to remember, Trump never went to that inauguration. And perhaps you want to look in to the shadows from that inauguration if you're not already switched on enough to know what happened. So from then on, we've had someone else acting as if they're in power. But Trump swore an allegiance, and Trump said he would never ever give up. So we hear that Trump is still commander-in-chief. Could this have been took down a long time ago? Possibly not, because it is so far-reaching and so deep, so much had to be done. Trump didn't take a salary as a president. He had booming businesses. He understood business and finance. He self-supported himself, and he was condemned constantly in the media. Now we have to ask ourselves, why would somebody keep going after him if he was no good? He must be a threat. And during business, Trump has said that he has followed the book, The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Trump is the lead persona, but there is a white alliance behind him. There has to be, because if there isn't, we're just going to go downhill fast. But I believe with this 8 energy and what's happened to Diddy Combs, things are about to pick up speed. Trump is a great example of the CEO. Trump calls people out for things they do well. Trump has created a persona that makes it look like it's all about him. But at the age he is right now, does he really need to be doing this? Considering how many times they've attempted to take him down financially and physically. When you are passionate about something, you will make it work no matter what. Whether you have a business or a relationship, the 8 energy sees the big vision and creates the drive to obtain it. But if it's not aligned, it won't obtain. If you're doing it that's not in alignment with the better world, the chances are it could fail. It's been so hard for us to move forward from this because why? You must ask yourself, who owns the corporations? Who owns big media? Tell a vision. I've said to my children years and years, I get more insight from watching a movie than I do the news. They have to tell you what they're going to do. So before I move on to October, what are my wins? My wins were, and I'm not in an 8, so 8 isn't my energy, but we can all have wins. You just got to look for them. My wins were my toothbrush is broken and it cost me a lot of money, and I contacted the company to see if I could get a part, but luck would have it, they replaced the toothbrush, and I still have the great accessories that come with the toothbrush, and I'm able to use it. And my other great win is I am finally moving again. So this video is going out and my move date is round about the next video. So my video will either be early, late, or who knows, depending on the internet, etc., whether I get one out. But that's okay, because what I'm going to explain in a moment, you've got plenty to be getting on with and focusing on. Think about your wins. They might not all feel like a win, but karma will always come round. When you do it in a higher vibration, the wins are going to be elevating. Moving on to October. October is the 10th month. 1 plus 0 is 1. So we add the 1 to the year of 8. We're moving into a 9. What is important about October? October gives us a taster of next year. Sow the seed this month of how you want next year to turn out for you. November and December give us a taster for next year. So we sow the seed and we get a test run. In January and February, we get to repeat these numbers. So you can look at it now as a training room. Get your vision. What is it that you want for next year? And we're going to align it with your personal year in a moment, and give it a test run. Do the audit. What works, what doesn't, you can start again in January. I love the end of the year because it gives you this opportunity and it takes off some of the pressure. Put your foot off the brake. Meander for a while. So as I said, October brings us a 9 energy and it sows the seed for next year. 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. Simple 9, nothing attached to it. So it's a 9. What does the 9 bring in for us? The 9 is about release, letting go, conclusion, finalise, forgive, transmute, up level. The 9 is the last base number and the gateway to Christ consciousness, the portal to the next epicycle. 9 is about integrity, wisdom, compassion, enlightenment, is empathetic, knowing, impartial, receptive, contribution, charitable, broad-minded, visionary, humility, humanitarian. October starts ushering in the new energy. So the 8 now is going to start to lose the power and the 9 is going to increase. I'm not saying the 8's gone, the 8 is still there, but we're now going to be drip fed the 9. Every October, I normally suggest, because we've got this seed, create your vision board. What do you want to see happen in your life next year? And because it's the 9 energy, you will need to let some things go in order to have those goals come to fruition. And with the 9, the letting go is not just about the physical, it is also about the non-physical. When we pass over, all we leave with is our soul. The 9 has you do the work so that when you elevate, you have accomplished, you have no regrets, you feel good, you did good, you left a good feeling behind. When we think of the soul, it's the source of universal light. It's a sense of universal love. And it's the sound of universal laughter. The 9 suggests you think about unfinished business and complete it with the ethics of Christ consciousness, which is love, devotion, courage, and surrender. The 9 can be very emotional. So because of that, I'm going to share with you the flip of the energy. It can be impatient, unforgiving, victim, cowardice, bitter, vindictive, intolerant, aloof, aggressive, destructive, erratic, volatile, resentful. All traits are valuable. It's up to you whether you see them as teachers or executioners. But working on the positive, let's take a look with the 9 energy and your personal year, what's in store for you next year. And I'm just brushing over it here. I have a Pinterest account, so I'm going to leave the link in the description below. But here it is also for you to go and check out more. So next year is about releasing and letting go. So I'm going to run through that of what you need to release and how to move forward. So the one personal year, and I've explained how you get to your personal year. The one is about letting go of being who society says you need to be and hone in on you, your own brand of you, the unique, the weird, the scatty, the different, but confident you. Because when you become you, no one can question you as to whether you are authentic or not. Because when you are the true you, you are. Personal year 2, let go of needing external love to prove your worth. And you know my saying, LYFE, love yourself first every day. When you do that, you move into relationships that serve you. And the best way to keep that relationship constantly serving you is to love us, because you're both working for us. You're not relying on someone else to feed you, to build you up, to love you, because you are loving yourself at the same time. Personal year 3, let go of gossip and scatteredness and find ways to be creative and socialize so that you can inspire and uplift the self and others. And if you're in a personal year 4, let go of limiting beliefs. Take small steps to prevent overwhelm as you move forward. A good house needs solid foundations, and we build up step by step. And if you're in a personal year 5, let go of addiction, poor habits, and your comfort known zone, and step out into an adventure. Disrupt the old patterns that are holding you back so that you can move forward. If you're in a personal year 6, let go of fixing others by concentrating on your home, your garden, your hospitality, and improving your hearing. Listen and love. And if you're in a personal year 7, let go of overthinking and fear. It's about having faith. It's time to audit your life. Release what is holding you back and study, research, and apply what moves you forward. And if you're in a personal 8 next year, let go of believing you can't, your excuses, and believe you can. It's time to be the CEO of you. Thank everyone and everything, for it has brought you to this point of where you are now. It is all valuable when you see it as lessons and growth. And if, like the world, you will be in a personal year 9, busy, busy, busy. And everything I have just mentioned in the previous personal years, you have the lot to work on. Whether it's tying up business, loose ends, old wounds that still bleed as you bring your current epicycle to a close. You want to start the new epicycle with a clean slate. Looks like I've lost my light. It's amazing. These are my new batteries, and they've gone before and they've gone again. I've attempted the video a few times and now I'm in the dark. Well, that's the best I can do with my lighting now. Before I go, I just want to sow some seeds to have you think about the 9 energy and embrace it. The 9 is about forgiveness. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you didn't know before you learned it. We can be our own worst enemy. And think about this. If self-love and forgiveness ever got together, their baby would be freedom. The 9 is highly intuitive. So may your intuition speak louder than your ego. As I said, when we pass over, we take nothing with us. So start working out what really serves you and what no longer does. Look around. All that clutter you see used to be money. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. The 9 is about transformation. The divergence has begun. You are either in transformation or in transformation. All other timelines have collapsed. And the 9, I want to say, as we let things go, have no regrets. Never regret anything that has happened in your life. It cannot be changed, undone, or forgotten. So take it as a life lesson and move on. The 9 is about gratitude. Gratitude is when memory is stored in the heart and not the mind. I was listening to something today that said the mind gets over busy and it prevents us from connecting to source and our intuition, our inner guidance. Humility leads to strength and not to weakness. It is the highest form of self-respect, to admit mistakes and to make amends for them. And a note to the self: forgiveness is necessary for my healing. I will remain emotionally chained to the person who hurt me until I forgive. Forgiveness is for me. It allows me to move from victim to victor and to take back control of my heart and emotions. And so with that said, the 9 energy, when completed, says, rest in peace, old self. You served a great purpose. Everything has brought you to this point, to who you are now. And even if you turn back time without what you know, you can't do anything different. The way to speed through it is to do what the 9 suggests, to let go, to release, to forgive, to have no regrets. Humility, compassion. Across the world, there will be a shift next year. The power will fall, but so many people are going to stumble. If you haven't been doing the research, the homework, it's going to hit you like a wet fish. For those of you that have done the calling, have done the work, it will be your role to support those that are just awakening, transcending. The 9 is about the underdog. It's about helping everyone. I'm looking forward to the 9. I hope you are. And if this video has made sense, touched you in places it may not have touched you, given you hope, given you a vision, given you a dream, please share in the comments below. And if you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do, and push that bell for notification. Now, hopefully my next video will be in a month's time, all being well and me being organized and the move working out. I don't have a date yet, but it is around the end of the month. The next month will be a new beginning. So work on those visions just in case I'm not around. But I will be around at some point. So have an amazing month or 2. Embrace the energy by letting go of your baggage that is stopping you having faith in the Almighty, the energy, the source, the creation. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one.